Have you ever felt like you don't belong? Like the world around you is operating on a different frequency than yours? That feeling of being out of place is more common than you might think, especially for those with a heightened spiritual sensitivity. It's like being at a big party where everyone knows the music, but you can't find the rhythm. No matter how hard you try to fit in, something inside you says this space was not made for your type of soul. This feeling can arise in crowds, in trivial conversations, or even in moments of silence within a family environment. It's a subtle yet profound unease, an inner voice that whispers that there is something more, something beyond the visible, something that resonates with a truth the world around you seems to ignore. Many may interpret this as a weakness, a flaw, or an inability to fit in. But what if this is, in fact, a sign? An indicator that your soul is going through a transformation, aligning with a deeper truth? This feeling of misalignment is often the result of elevated empathy. You don't just hear words or see actions, you feel the energy behind them. When you enter a space, it's as though you absorb the emotions and intentions of the people around you, feeling each layer of vibration that often goes unnoticed by others. This level of perception can be overwhelming. An environment full of conflicting energies may feel like walking through a minefield, where every interaction requires caution and attention. This is why being in crowds can be so draining. It's not just the noise or the lack of physical space. It's the tangled web of energies, the nervousness, the anger, the forced joy, the exhaustion, all these vibrations dancing around you, pressing against your energy field. Your discomfort is not weakness. It is a sign that you perceive the world on a deeper layer, a layer that many ignore or never access. This sensitivity is a gift, although it doesn't always seem that way. In a world that values adaptation and uniformity, being sensitive can feel like a burden. But what if you changed your perspective? What if that feeling of not belonging was actually a reminder that you were meant to bring something new, not to mold yourself into what already exists? Perhaps you don't fit in because your purpose is to create your own space, a space where your light shines freely. Consider this. When you feel like you don't belong, it's because your soul recognizes that there is more to explore, more to create. This discomfort is the beginning of a journey, an opportunity to delve deeper into yourself and discover what truly matters. Often, displacement is an invitation for introspection, a chance to ask, who am I beyond what the world expects of me? This search may be solitary at first, but it is through it that you find clarity. You begin to realize that your sensitivity is not an obstacle, it's a compass. It guides you away from environments, people, and experiences that don't resonate with your truth and toward what nourishes your soul. If you feel out of place, remember, perhaps the world around you is still not aligned with your frequency, but that doesn't mean you are lost. It means you are awakening. You are hearing the call for something more, something authentic and meaningful. When you are a sensitive person, spiritually awake, the impact of external energies on your vibrational field can be overwhelming. This sensitivity is not something you chose, but something you carry, and often, it can feel both like a blessing and a burden. Imagine your energy as a transparent vessel. In calm situations, it stays clear, vibrating in harmony. But when you are surrounded by intense stimuli, other people's emotions, conflicting thoughts, charged environments, that vessel starts to fill with residues that don't belong to you. This is energy overload. This feeling of being overloaded is more common than it seems. In crowds, for example, there is a constant whirlwind of emotions circulating. Fear, excitement, anxiety, anger, each vibration emitted by the people around you interacts with your energy field. For those with heightened sensitivity, this can be exhausting. It's not just physical tiredness, but a deep weariness, as if your soul is struggling to maintain its frequency amidst a storm of foreign energies. Superficial interactions also contribute to this overload. Empty words, exchanges devoid of authenticity, or even seemingly harmless conversations can drain your energy when they don't resonate with your truth. It's as if you are spending your life force trying to align with something that isn't in harmony with your purpose. This is not weakness, but proof that you are operating on a higher level of perception, where every exchange, every connection, carries a weight that many fail to notice. Recognizing this overload is the first step in reframing it. Instead of seeing your sensitivity as a problem, it's important to understand it as a gift. Being able to feel so deeply means you also possess a huge potential for healing, both for yourself and for those around you. But in order to use this gift effectively, you need to learn how to protect your energy, how to identify what is yours and what belongs to others. One simple yet powerful practice is to set a clear intention at the start of the day. Before you leave your home, take a moment to connect with yourself. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize a bright light around you, like an energetic bubble of protection. Tell yourself, I am responsible for my energy. I choose what I allow into my vibrational field. This intention does not block your interactions, but creates a filter that prevents incompatible energies from affecting your essence. Another way to manage the overload is by finding moments of silence and solitude. After a hectic day, allow yourself time to recharge. It can be as simple as sitting in a quiet space with a cup of tea or walking in nature without distractions. These moments are crucial for restoring your balance, releasing what does not belong to you, and realigning with your own vibration. Energy overload is not something you need to completely eliminate. It is, in a way, a natural part of being sensitive in such a hectic world. But by recognizing its presence and taking conscious steps to manage it, you transform this sensitivity into an ally rather than a source of suffering. Remember, every time you feel that your energy has been drained, you are receiving an invitation to know yourself better. You are being called to set boundaries, to strengthen your connection to your essence, and to align with what truly matters. There comes a moment in the spiritual awakening journey when everyday conversations, once acceptable or even enjoyable, start to sound like distant echoes, lifeless. It's as if you are navigating a sea of words that lead nowhere, where depth is replaced by superficiality. You find yourself yearning for something more, something that goes beyond the usual exchange of pleasantries and automatic responses. Small talk simply no longer resonates with you because your soul craves authenticity, true connection. When you begin to vibrate at a higher frequency, your inner being aligns with values that transcend the usual social interactions. Trivial questions, how's the weather? Or did you watch the game yesterday? Cease to hold relevance because you feel there is a depth to your existence that needs exploring, and these conversations seem like distractions on the path. This doesn't mean you are judging or dismissing those who engage in these exchanges. It's just a sign that you are in a different space, a space where your soul seeks the essence behind the words. This discomfort with superficiality is a reflection of personal and spiritual growth. When you reconnect with your inner truth, you begin to question what truly matters. You realize that words are more than sounds, they carry intentions, vibrations, and energies. And when these energies don't reflect depth or authenticity, they sound hollow, disconnected from what your soul is trying to express and find. That's why you're often drawn to conversations that challenge your ideas, that expand your worldview, or that touch the heart of the human experience. You want to hear stories of transformation, share reflections on life, and discuss issues that matter on a deeper level. You want to understand people's motivations, their fears, and their dreams. In short, you want to connect from soul to soul. This is not a sign that you are demanding too much. It is a sign that you are becoming more aligned with your essence. Small talk doesn't resonate because you're no longer interested in using your energy for interactions that don't add value. And that's okay. It's important to recognize that this shift is a natural part of your growth. But what do you do when you find yourself in an environment where small talk is inevitable? Instead of resisting or completely withdrawing, try to bring authenticity into the exchange. Experiment with asking deeper questions or sharing something meaningful about yourself. For example, instead of answering "I'm fine" when someone asks how you're doing, try saying something that reflects your truth in the moment. "I'm feeling inspired today," or "I'm going through a time of reflection." You might be surprised at how this invites others to open up as well. Another approach is to use these moments as an exercise in presence. Even if the conversation feels superficial, be fully present. Observe the words, facial expressions, and the energy of the other person. Sometimes, in the silence between words, there is a depth that can only be perceived when you are completely attentive. Most importantly, don't blame yourself for feeling like you don't belong in these types of interactions. It doesn't mean you're incapable of socializing or that you're isolating yourself from the world. It simply means you are seeking something more aligned with who you truly are. Use this as an opportunity to refine your connections and attract relationships that reflect your higher values. Over time, you will realize that your search for authenticity creates a magnetic field around you. People who are ready for deeper conversations will naturally be drawn to you. Those who are not may drift away, but that's part of the natural flow of growth. Solitude, often misunderstood, is an essential companion on the spiritual journey. Although it may be uncomfortable at first, it is not a state of isolation but an invitation to introspection, to reconnect with yourself and with the truths that the outside world often obscures. When you feel the need to withdraw, to seek moments of quiet and solitude, this is not an escape but a call. A call to listen to the voice of your soul and reconnect with your deepest essence. In a world that values relentless productivity and constant interaction, choosing solitude may seem strange or even wrong. You may be asked, why are you so quiet? Why don't you participate anymore? But in truth, these moments of withdrawal are not a renunciation of the world. They are preparation for something greater. They are like the silence before the symphony, a necessary space to tune the instruments of the soul before fully engaging with the life around you. Great spiritual masters and visionary leaders throughout history understood the power of solitude. Jesus sought mountains and deserts to pray and reflect. Buddha found enlightenment under a tree, away from the hustle. Even great thinkers and artists often mention how moments of isolation help them access ideas and inspirations that transform their lives and the world. These examples are not mere stories. They reflect a universal truth. Solitude offers a portal to self-knowledge. When you step away from the noise and scattered energy of the collective, you have the opportunity to observe your thoughts without interruption, to feel your emotions without external judgment, and to connect with a greater source of wisdom. It is in this silence that the answers emerge, not as shouts, but as gentle whispers of intuition. But solitude can be challenging. It may bring up doubts, fears, and even memories you'd prefer to avoid. However, it is precisely in this confrontation with your own inner self that true transformation takes place. It is like diving into deep waters. At first, the cold and darkness may seem frightening, but as you adjust, you discover an immense beauty and serenity beneath the surface. During these periods of introspection, it is helpful to create a sacred space for yourself. It could be a corner of your home, a spot in nature, or even a meditation routine. This space, whether physical or mental, becomes a refuge where you can allow yourself to feel, reflect, and simply be. No masks, no expectations, no pressures. Solitude also teaches a vital lesson. You are not alone. Paradoxically, it is in silence that you begin to feel the connection with something greater. The absence of external distractions allows you to perceive the presence of the divine in every breath, in every heartbeat. It is in this state that you understand that separation is an illusion, and you are part of a vast, harmonious whole. Moreover, solitude is not a permanent state. It is a cycle like day and night, like the tides that advance and recede. It comes to restore, to align, and then open space for you to return to the world with more clarity, purpose, and strength. The time you spend with yourself is the fuel that powers your spiritual mission, enabling you to face external challenges with a solid and centered foundation. When you emerge from this period of introspection, something changes. Your energy is more stable, your vision clearer, and your ability to impact the world around you multiplies. You realize that you don't need to be surrounded by people to feel connected, because true connection begins within you. Allow yourself moments of solitude without guilt or fear. See them as a gift, an opportunity to hear what is often drowned out by the noise of everyday life. Your spiritual mission does not demand haste or perfection, but authenticity. And it is in solitude that this authenticity flourishes. Living with heightened spiritual sensitivity is a gift, but also a challenge. In a world full of constant stimuli and tangled energies, the task of protecting your essence while connecting with the outside world requires awareness and practice. You feel the energies around you more intensely, noticing the subtle tones in words, gestures, and intentions. But without the right tools, this gift can become a source of exhaustion rather than strength. The good news is that there are ways to navigate this landscape with balance, keeping your light intact while interacting with others. The first thing you need to remember is that your sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a guide. The intensity you feel in interactions or environments is a reflection of how deeply your soul is connected to the world. However, to protect this connection, it is essential to set clear boundaries, both energetic and emotional. Creating healthy boundaries starts with awareness. Whenever you enter a new space or prepare for an interaction, do a quick check-in with yourself. Ask, how am I feeling right now? What is mine and what am I absorbing from the environment? Simply recognizing what belongs to you and what doesn't helps protect your energy. It's like adjusting an internal thermostat. Calibrating yourself before external influences can unbalance your vibrational field. A powerful practice to protect your energy is visualization. Before leaving home or entering a potentially challenging situation, Close your eyes for a few minutes and visualize a golden light around you. Imagine that this light is like a soft, impenetrable bubble that allows your energy to flow outward, but prevents negative or incompatible energies from entering. As you do this, mentally affirm something like, "I am responsible for my energy. I am safe and at peace." This simple intention creates a vibrational barrier that you can carry with you throughout the day. Another crucial element is the practice of anchoring. When you are sensitive, it's easy to be pulled in many directions by other people's energy. Anchoring means bringing your attention back to the present, to the here and now. A simple way to do this is to focus on your breath. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or disconnected from yourself, breathe deeply, feeling the air coming in and out of your body. Visualize roots growing from your feet and connecting to the earth, stabilizing your energy and bringing a sense of inner security. Additionally, allow yourself moments of recharge. Heightened sensitivities require regular periods of rest and solitude to restore your balance. This is not selfishness, but a vital necessity to keep sharing your light without depleting yourself. Choose activities that nurture your soul, such as walking in nature, listening to calming music, or simply sitting in silence with yourself. It is also important to learn to say no. Not every interaction or invitation needs to be accepted. Honoring your own boundaries is an act of self-care and respect for your energy. Remember that each no said to something that doesn't resonate with you is a yes to your inner peace. Another way to navigate the world with sensitivity is to identify environments and people that elevate your vibration. Who or what makes you feel lighter, inspired, and at peace? Seek out these connections and spaces whenever possible. When you surround yourself with energy that resonates with yours, your vibrational field strengthens naturally, creating a solid foundation to face inevitable challenges. Finally, remember that living with heightened sensitivity is a dance between giving and receiving. You don't need to be constantly on alert or on the defensive. Allow yourself moments of openness and genuine connection, knowing that with the right practices, you can protect yourself while still surrendering to the flow of life. Navigating the world with sensitivity is a continuous learning process. Every interaction and every experience is an opportunity to adjust, align, and grow. Your sensitivity is a rare gift, a compass that guides you toward what is true and meaningful. Honor it, protect it, and use it as a force to guide your journey. As you grow spiritually, one of the most transformative and challenging aspects is the change in how you relate to the people around you. It's as if your new frequency starts to act as a filter, attracting connections that truly resonate with your essence while simultaneously pushing away those that are no longer aligned with who you've become. At first, this may be confusing or even painful, but it's an essential part of your evolution. When your vibration rises, you begin to desire authentic relationships, those based on truth, mutual respect, and deep connection. Superficialities no longer satisfy you, and you start seeking interactions that inspire growth, love, and genuine energy exchange. This doesn't mean you've become better or superior to anyone. It simply indicates that you're aligning with a new way of connecting, one that values quality over quantity. Finding authentic relationships first requires you to be authentic with yourself. It's not just about seeking people who share your beliefs or interests, but about cultivating your own truth. When you present yourself to the world honestly and transparently, you create a magnetic field that attracts those who vibrate on the same frequency. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with my values? Am I being true in my interactions? The more aligned you are with your essence, the easier it will be to attract connections that truly matter. It's also important to recognize that not all old relationships will survive this new chapter of your life. As you grow, some friendships or even family bonds may weaken or transform. This is not something you should resist or fear. Think of it as pruning a garden. Some connections need to be cut back to make room for the flourishing of new, healthier ones. But how do you create and nurture these authentic relationships? First, seek to be in environments where your vibration is understood and valued. This could be a meditation group, a spiritual reading circle, or any space where you feel you can share without judgment. These environments not only strengthen your energy, but also provide opportunities to meet people who are on the same path. Also, practice vulnerability. Authentic relationships are not built on perfection but on the ability to be genuine, to show both your strengths and your weaknesses. When you open up in a true way, you allow others to do the same, creating a space of trust and reciprocity. On the other hand, learn to set boundaries. Authentic relationships do not mean you have to accept everything or give up yourself. On the contrary, they require clarity and mutual respect. If something isn't working, have the courage to communicate your needs and expectations. A healthy relationship is one in which both parties feel free to be who they are, without fear of rejection or judgment. It is also essential to understand that authentic relationships will not always be perfect or free from challenges. What differentiates them is both parties' willingness to grow together, to face challenges with honesty, and to value the connection above the differences. It's a dance where balance is found not in the absence of conflict, but in the presence of respect and understanding. As you build these connections, notice how they positively influence your energy. Being surrounded by people who elevate and inspire you strengthens your vibrational field, allowing you to express yourself with more clarity and confidence. These relationships also become a reflection of the work you've done internally. Each genuine interaction is a reminder that your growth journey has been worthwhile. Finally, remember that the path to authentic relationships starts within you. The more you connect with your truth, the more easily you will find those who share the same purpose. Be patient, trust the process, and know that the connections that truly matter will come at the right time. The heightened sensitivity you carry can, at times, feel like a burden. It's as if the world around you is more intense than it should be, as if every emotion, every word, and every energy leaves a deeper mark on you. But what if this same sensitivity was actually your greatest strength? What if, instead of being a burden, it was a compass, guiding you to live a life full of purpose and meaning? Transforming your sensitivity into power isn't about silencing it or hiding it, but learning to use it as a tool to navigate your journey with clarity and courage. Sensitivity is, at its core, a form of expanded perception. You feel what others may overlook, noticing nuances that most people miss. This means you are more connected to the energies around you and the unspoken needs of the people you interact with. It's like having an internal radar that detects both beauty and imbalance, both harmony and chaos. This perception is a powerful gift, because it gives you the opportunity to act with awareness and compassion in situations that others may not even notice. To transform this sensitivity into power, the first step is to change how you view it. Instead of seeing it as a weakness, start valuing it as a unique gift. Your sensitivity is what allows you to deeply understand human emotions, create genuine connections, and find meaning in seemingly small details. It is what enables you to access a broader vision of life, perceiving interconnections that others cannot see. However, like any power, your sensitivity needs to be channeled and protected. When you let yourself be swept away by the energy around you without filtering or directing it, it can become a source of exhaustion. But when you learn to set clear boundaries, to carefully choose where and how to invest your energy, it becomes a force of balance and empowerment. One practical way to begin this transformation is by cultivating self-awareness. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What is mine and what am I absorbing from the outside? By identifying what belongs to you and what is external, you regain control over your energy. This simple but powerful practice helps prevent you from getting lost in the chaos of others' emotions and thoughts. Another key to transforming your sensitivity into power is to use it as a source of inspiration and creativity. Sensitive people often have a special talent for art, writing, music, or any form of creative expression. This happens because your sensitivity allows you to perceive the world in a unique way, finding beauty where others might see only the ordinary. When you channel these perceptions into something tangible, you not only transform your own energy but also inspire others. Additionally, your sensitivity can be used as a tool for healing, for yourself and for those around you. By listening attentively, offering genuine empathy, and creating a safe space for people to express their feelings, you become a catalyst for transformation. This doesn't mean you need to carry the weight of others or solve their problems. It simply means that, by using your presence and understanding as a beacon, you can help others find their own way. And of course, transforming sensitivity into power requires that you take care of yourself. Being in tune with the world is wonderful, but being in tune with yourself is essential. This means establishing routines that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. It could be meditating, exercising, journaling, or simply spending time in silence. The important thing is to remember that your sensitivity will only be a true power if it is supported by a solid foundation of inner balance. Throughout this journey, you will begin to realize that your sensitivity is not just a personal trait. It's a mission. It's what connects you to your greater purpose, allowing you to bring light to places where there is darkness and truth where there is confusion. Every time you choose to use your sensitivity consciously and in alignment, you are contributing to the elevation of the energy around you and, by extension, to the transformation of the world. So, embrace your sensitivity as a superpower. Trust it as a guide that will lead you exactly where you need to be. Protect it, nurture it, and use it wisely. Because, in the end, it is through this sensitivity that you will discover your true strength. A strength that is not based on control or resistance, but on compassion, authenticity, and love. Your journey up to this point has not been an accident. Every moment of discomfort, every feeling of being out of place, every emotion that overflowed to your limits, all of this served a higher purpose. What seemed like a burden was, in fact, an invitation. An invitation to awaken, to explore your sensitivity as a gift, and to transform it into a force that not only guides your life but also lights the way for others. Being sensitive in a world that often values toughness may seem like a contradiction. But it is precisely this softness, this ability to feel deeply, that makes you special. Sensitivity is not about weakness. It's about heightened perception, deeper connection, and the courage to care when many choose to ignore. It is the invisible force that leads you to seek something beyond appearances, something real, something that resonates with your soul. When you understand the power of this sensitivity, you begin to see how it connects you to the universal flow of energy. Every thought, every emotion, and every interaction is an exchange of energy, a reflection of the vibrational state you are in. By protecting your sensitivity and directing it consciously, you become an architect of your own reality. You stop being a reflection of the world around you and start being the light that inspires and transforms. But what does this mean in practice? It means embracing the discomfort of change, recognizing that spiritual evolution is not always linear. It means accepting that some connections will be lost along the way, but that others, much more authentic, will emerge in their place. It means allowing yourself moments of solitude to recharge, while also opening up to relationships that elevate and enrich your journey. You realize that the balance between giving and receiving is essential. There is no shame in protecting your energy, in saying no when necessary, in prioritizing your well-being. This is not selfishness. It is self-love, an unwavering foundation that allows you to offer the best of yourself to the world. And above all, it means trusting. Trusting that your sensitivity is exactly what you need to fulfill the purpose your soul chose even before you were born. It is the compass that points in the right direction, even when the path seems confusing or solitary. As you integrate these lessons into your life, start observing how small changes create big impacts. An authentic conversation, a moment of full presence, a conscious choice to connect with your energy, all of these are acts of power. Every step you take toward alignment with your essence is a gift not only to you but to the world around you. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. There are other sensitive souls, other people awakening to the same call, seeking the same truths. Together, you create a network of light, a collective force that elevates the energy of the planet and inspires transformation. So, trust your sensitivity. Use it as a compass to guide your choices, as a torch to illuminate the darkest moments, and as a bridge to connect with those who share your vision. Because it is through this sensitivity that you will find your strength, your freedom, and, above all, your true essence. Now, as you reflect on these words, we invite you to continue this journey of transformation and self-discovery. Like this video if it resonated with you and share your experiences in the comments. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving messages that nurture your soul and strengthen your spirit. And together, let's create a community of light, connection, and growth. Your energy is unique and the world needs it. It's time to embrace who you truly are. It's time to shine.